Hello, everybody, and we're on air with Perspectives Podcast. Welcome. I'm always your host, Leslie, as you guys know. Delightful is our brand, and we're here with Reg, Miss There She Glows. It's January 1st, 2021, and we're grateful that we made it. We were just, saying hello, and we really did make it. And so that should be the first celebration as we welcome in the new year. We're here and we made it. Let's do a little cheers to that.
Yes, cheers.
Yes.
Cheers. It's a new year.
It is. Thank you for coming on with us today.
Thank you for having me, Les, the hostess with the mostest.
Thank you. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody quickly? I don't know what you would like to say. Anything?
I don't know either. Okay, so hey. I'm a little bit nervous,
I love it.
I really am. My name is Reg. Some people call me Miss There She Glows. I call myself Miss There She Glows.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
And I'm the owner of There She Glows, located in Harrisburg, PA, and it is a total wellness space that focuses on skin, self, and soul. Yeah, so
I like that.
it's something that I've poured my heart into, and when you asked me to come on, I definitely was like, yeah, because I would like to share a little bit about it.
Yes. We're just
Yay.
getting adjusted here. Thank you for introducing yourself. All right, cool. Thank you. So I definitely wanted to start off the new year, talking about this death and rebirth archetype. In 2020, a lot of our old ways of being, doing, thinking, speaking, and acting, it had to die. We were confronted with a lot of new challenges with this pandemic, and definitely it created space for new things, new ways of being to be able to blossom. And also then a part of that, 2020 has left. This year that, was definitely very new and confusing for a lot of people, it left, and we have a new year, a new calendar year here. So a lot of people use this, to start anew. What are some goals, affirmations that we want to have for ourselves? We, always say new year, new me. So, it's very symbolic. And so I definitely wanted to, like I said, talk during this, episode about what it means to be born again, in a spiritual sense, but then also, here down in the human plane, we have a new year that we can do things differently. And I'm excited. I know you're excited. We always talk about this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm really excited. How did you feel? Did you do any specific ritual the past 2 days to say goodbye to the old year and welcome in the new year? Like any yourself? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I did quite a few leading up to the new year. I kind of started in the summertime.
Oh.
We went to Amethyst Retreat, remember?
We did.
So I started around that time really being more intentional around the full moon cycle. And for me, it really is because I believe that the human body does coincide with nature. Like, I do think that we coexist with nature. So I think that we can pull a lot of our energy from the cycles of the moon.
Yeah.
And we even talked about us getting depleted of energy during full moon sometimes, and being synced up with the full moon with our cycles. So I really started to take note of that, and I really started to tap in, like I like to say, just tap in to that inward power like that, going introspective during that time, even if it's like journaling. And I love baths, like taking lots of baths, and always making my intentions super clear. Like, I think that in itself is a ritual.
Yes.
And can be a ritual, just stating what you want. If you don't know, do some work, rebirth, come back, and say what you want.
So we just had a lot of points there. That is amazing. But first, I wanted to really say that I like that, because and I used to be one of these. I used to think like this, that a ritual and a ceremony had to be this huge thing, and I needed the right equipment, and I needed candles,
and you needed to do it exactly how it is, what it says, to a T.
I needed to be perfect. I needed, and that's not how it goes.
That's not how that shit goes.
When I had these high expectations of my rituals, my personal rituals, then I would always feel like a failure, because I never could do it perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that there is, like, you are perfect the way you
are. You are perfect. Les, you are.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
And you are too.
Right.
Whoever's watching,
right.
And I am.
Yes.
And we're perfect.
You're awesome. Seriously though, and it's when you realize that about yourself, you begin to be able to create those spaces wherever you go.
Yeah.
Everything is sacred.
Yo.
Every
Every place is holy.
Every place is holy.
This place right here, we put love into it, y'all. You should have seen Les get in this space together. It was beautiful. It was a ritual in itself, and I felt it. That's why I said, what can I do? Where can I be of help? And then you find the people, those people that love your rituals the way that you do them. They're gonna gravitate to like, oh my gosh, and they won't know it's a ritual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you living. It's you living your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got me right here. I'm like, hold up, are we live?
We are
Thank
live.
you.
We are live.
How beautiful.
This
and
is the first show.
That's really literally
the first show.
That's really beautiful, and it really is just us living our life on a day-to-day basis and just being us. I'm so grateful for you. My God,
I'm grateful to be here.
Literally
really
just
am.
pierced in here, and I'm like,
girl,
so
me
happy.
too. I'm like,
wait, hold on.
When I be saying this stuff, it's to me too.
Yeah, yo, yeah.
It's to me too.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
really.
Death and rebirth. What I was reading today.
Tell me.
What
did you read?
The law of attachment.
Okay. Is this a book?
Yes.
The law of attachments.
Attachments.
Okay.
Yes. Basically, we die and rebirth multiple times, hundreds, thousands,
endless, boundless,
limitless
times.
Limitless, boo, limitless.
Yeah, and so I'll ask you this, and I'll answer it as well. How does someone know that they're dying and being reborn again? Because you can get into those spaces where you're just like, I don't know if this is happening to me, and you're just insecure, and you're just like, how can I tell? And honestly, I mean, the easiest, I'll answer it first to get you a little bit of time to think about it.
I was like, ooh,
I'll be asking my guests like, no.
Right. I'm like, oh, shit. Les, okay.
This is so fun in person. I just want to tell everybody this, over the screen was beautiful, but this is where I'm at with it. But I mean, the easiest answer is obviously to say, you have to train yourself to get to know yourself. And you have to train yourself to get to feel yourself. Because once we're training ourselves, like, how can I listen to my body better? What does my body do when I feel like this? What does my brain do when I feel like this? So you're getting to know all your tics and all your habits and behavioral patterns. So the easiest answer is training ourselves to listen to our intuition. But then also when we listen to our intuition, my second step is always, then you have to believe it. Because you can listen to it and just be like,
Yeah, Iggy. Like, yeah. So basically, what my id was saying, what my ego was saying.
Yes.
You know.
Right. But we have to listen to it and then believe it, because a lot of the times when and like we said, every moment is sacred and holy. So it doesn't, your death, you know, of your old self or old behavior patterns or old thought patterns, it's not going to be, it's not always going to be this huge ceremony where you're crying your eyes out and you might be yelling. You can die like that. Like this morning when I got here, it was a mini death and rebirth, because I was about to rush in order to get all this done. And I literally, said to that old self that would have rushed and said that, and I was like, this is sacred. This is sacred. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. And I was able to do this, and make it a holy moment for myself. So even in something like that.
So much differently for the guests. They would have felt the rushness. They would have felt the hurriedness.
They would have.
But now they feeling the vibes, like our chemistry, that we took the time to not rush it.
Yes.
She made this beautiful tea.
Her esteemed Love, Sex, and Magic tea.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this is all about small businesses too. Thank you. Blessings.
And it's good.
And it's good. It's really good. It has some cinnamon in it.
Mm-hmm. Which is all about the love.
Cinnamon, yes. I'd be forgetting. And so this death and rebirth can happen at any moment. And it could be quick.
It could be so small, like so small. Like, I know with me, death and rebirth, like when I think of small death and rebirths that I have as a business owner, it could be simply as like, oh yeah, like I need to do auto pay. That's like a death and rebirth, because you'll do that one late payment and you're like, oh my God, you're charging me $25. Dead. Dead. We're not doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, and then you rebirth
Wow.
in your mind and you're like, yeah, auto pay. And that's a rebirth. You retrain your mind to be responsible.
Yeah, to do things differently. I like that example. It's really something that small.
That's a death and rebirth that I have all the time.
Wow.
All the time.
Yeah.
And my mom, who is a psychologist, licensed therapist, we talk all the time, and it's so refreshing because we can have these deeper conversations.
That's beautiful.
It is, and I'm grateful. But she said, you won't have the same, don't think when you have that death and rebirth that's it. That's the last death and rebirth.
I be thinking
category.
Of that same category.
That's it. I'm never gonna have a situation like that again. And it's like, bitch, you thought.
Yo,
Like,
it really is like that, and it could be the same thing that happens over and over again.
Yeah.
And we really have to be patient with ourselves because
gracious. Grace is abundant.
So beautiful. Grace. It really is grace. I like grace a lot. Grace recently came into my life. And because it's going to happen over and over again. And we also have to be open-minded enough to be able to welcome those experiences in our life and then say, what can I learn from you this time? When death and rebirth comes, I feel like you can't just be like, cool, thanks, peace, bye.
Well, made it through that. Woo! Like, it's like you can fake the funk if you want. You know what I mean? Like, you can fake. I do it all the time. To be real with you, as a business owner, we kind of have to. We're going through our own personal shit, and it's like, well, my business still has to go on. Like, I can't just clock all the way out, even though I feel like it. And this is a common thread that I have actually, even just more so recently, had a conversation with several business owners about having anxieties and having deaths in the family and having, even with myself, breakups and things like that, and still just trotting through and like running your business and what that looks like and what that feels like. Is
tell us a little bit about
what
it looks and feels like for you.
So that's a huge death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be there. It's constant. It's a constant death and rebirth, because you will never have that same crises again, but you will have a crisis as a business owner, if that makes sense. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. So it's like, crises are always going to be coming at you. So it's a constant death and rebirth, and I think that is why owning a business is the biggest personal growth that you will ever experience, you know, because you go through so many death and rebirths. People ask me all the time, like, how do you keep going? And I'm like, it's a death and rebirth. I don't keep going. I keep being reborn.
I got like tingles everywhere. Yeah. Really though. That's beautiful. You don't keep going. You just keep being reborn. And sometimes, can I say this? And can I ask you this as well? Sometimes you don't always see the rebirth right away. So sometimes you're just experiencing the death, and you're just like, I'm dead right now. You're just like, I'm dead, and you don't see the light yet.
Yeah, I don't see no light. I don't see nothing. And all I see is the crises.
Yeah, and that is when you have to, like, is it faith for you? I call it faith for myself. Like, when you're dead and the rebirth hasn't happened yet, and you know there's no light, and you just keep dying. I know I've experienced multiple deaths at a time without a rebirth. So there'll be like death on top of death on top of death.
Girl, same, and it's like
no rebirth, and I'm just like, am I just gonna keep dying?
Is this gonna get any better, or?
Yeah, and it's one on top of the other. Sometimes you have to have 5 deaths before the first rebirth, and that's when I have to keep my faith in knowing that we will be reborn again.
We will be reborn. Sis, it's not only is it biblical, but it's like in every way, sense of the form of like history, anatomy, physiology, biology, rebirth is there. It's going to come back. You're going to bounce back. You're going to come back into a person or
whatever new thing is coming. The easiest way I explain this to people who say they don't believe in the spirituality, which I don't understand what that means, but like a caterpillar going into a cocoon to be a butterfly. The easiest example. The caterpillar has to go into that cocoon and it has to die. The butterfly isn't born out of thin air. It's born from the dead carcass of this caterpillar.
The dead carcass.
So that caterpillar must die.
Same soul, new body, who this? New body, who this?
I like it.
Same soul.
And then in the other easiest example, in physics you learn that energy cannot be destroyed or created. It's just transformed.
It's transferred, transformed, and transformed.
And that's the easiest way to, explain it to anybody who doesn't, who maybe is new to these metaphysical and spiritual concepts. The easiest way to wrap your head around it, if we're still trying to use logic, because, honestly, some of these things can't be understood logically. Yeah, of course.
I want to make sure that I'm sharing it on my
Can you see? Is this still on? Is this one still on? Sorry, on the other side.
Oh yeah, let me see. Yes, it is.
Blessings. Okay. And so, if we're trying to understand it logically, sometimes our brains like to do that. The easiest way to wrap your head around it is by, understanding the physics. Energy is never created or destroyed. It's just transferred and transformed, transmutated as well.
Happy New Year! As soon as you open it, it was like, bitch, Happy New Year.
I mean, and a beautiful death and rebirth that I'm literally going through right now as I'm saying these words, sitting right next to Reg, is, going with the flow on my podcast, on my talk show, is literally...
It's lit. Can I just tell you, being a person that I've done plenty of speaking engagements, I love to do stuff, but I get exhausted with the prepping. You know what I mean? It's not, the prep is not fulfilling.
Yeah.
Now, when I get in the space, I can make it fulfilling, but it's forced. Mm-hmm. You know?
Mm-hmm. It's been prompted. It's been written out. It's not a natural raw.
Yeah. And what I love about this, and what I appreciate about you, and I've always appreciated about, I'm not trying to make you like...
I want you to, though. I'm cool. Okay. I love it.
I really appreciate the realness and the rawness. And I want this for so many more entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. I want this for so many more people that are aspiring entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
To see the realness and the rawness of it, because y'all, social media will have you fooled.
Very easily.
Will have you fooled and will have you bamboozled into thinking that those that you see always on are handling all fronts of their life. Like, I'm a testament to that. While my business was on, my real life, like my personal life, my romantic life, like all of these things were like slowly crumbling. And people will cover it up. Deaths, small deaths. And you can't take them as failures. Like we talked about, it's not a failure. It really just is a death and rebirth, and normalizing the realness and the rawness of deaths and rebirths. Like, yo, I'm not trying to smile and grin and bear it through my death and rebirth. Like, I can with some, but like others, yo, just let me be real ugly. Let me ugly cry.
Ugly.
Let me ugly cry, and let me throw a tantrum, and let me be mad without being the angry black woman, and let me be sad without being weak, and let me be emotional without being emotional. You know, like I just really want to have the emotions that I have publicly.
Yes.
And it be okay.
And it be okay. And you were gonna say, like, people will cover it up on social media. Yeah. And
it's a guide.
And it's easy.
It's a smoke and mirror.
It is. It's easy because you get to post. You choose what you post.
As you're crying, you can post something that's going to instantly give you an endorphin.
Yes.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy, and it doesn't, like, honestly, and I'm so glad you said this because, and I'm grateful that, thank you for telling me that you appreciate that, because it is I sometimes get insecure about posting it because I don't see anybody else posting these ugly parts of themselves, and bro, I'm ugly. When it gets ugly, it's ugly.
It's ugly.
But it's beautiful, though.
But it's beautiful.
Yo, the ugliest parts of us
are the most beautiful. And
I fall in love with you.
And
all over.
That's what's wrong today. People, that's what's wrong today. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me.
As a single person that's navigating singleness, that's what's wrong today. Is that it's an instant, I want you, but I'm coming to you a half or less than whole. And I want you to fill my voice. You know what I mean? I want you to figure me out for myself.
Yeah.
I want to put on airs and I want to post about you. But I don't really want to know you. I just want to be fulfilled by you.
Yeah.
Girl.
If you really, really wanna, like a true relationship is getting to know all the parts,
all the
crevices.
the ugly, the pretty, the not so pretty, the cute, all of the different areas, all the different corners, the crevices, and really stripping down to the bare bones of it all. It's crazy because it's like we're rebels and we're profound for thinking like this, but this is how. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing then? I'm looking at relationships like, what are y'all doing then? Do y'all not talk? Like, what do? You just sit and stare at each other? Like,
that creeps it out for me. Because the communication part about it, it's just like, is no one talking about this thing?
No
this
one's
big
talking
elephant in the room.
Like what? Like,
do we not know what's going on?
Yeah. Like,
do we not see what is happening?
Everybody's just faking it.
And I'm really like blessed, and I want to continue to share all the raw parts of my journey with my audience, whether it's through Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Spotify, and podcast platform, which is going to be up very soon, like wherever you're watching, like my journey, it is almost similar to yours and to yours and to yours, and it's different, like little details, very different lives, but yet we're all learning the same lessons, and we're all being reborn and dying, around the same kind of similar topics. And so, and that's why I really want to use this platform, is to shine light on all of it, on the worst, the bad, the better, the great, and not cover it up. I've been literally
I'm
like
so tired to cover up.
It gets exhausting.
I'm so tired to cover up.
It gets exhausting.
It's exhausting, sis. Cheers to not.
Oh, cheers to what?
Wait, hold on. I need a refill.
Let's do it. Hold on. Now let me. You got it? Oh, blessings.
Yes. Oh my God.
Got some champagne for the new year,
yes,
everybody.
Me too. Clink. Clink.
I love your nails.
Thank you. These are locally done. Toya on the nails.
Yes,
she is beautiful, gorgeous, and brilliant business owner. Located right here in Mechanicsburg, actually, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
She does all different kinds of nails. I get on her nerves because I'm an esthetician, so I can't really have nails. And I go to her like once a year with the most basic ass nail design, and she's like, girl, I can do this in my sleep. I'm literally only doing this for you because, and I know you're gonna take them off next week because I only get them while I'm on break.
I love it.
Yeah, but as soon as I get on break, I'm like, oh, let me put my nails on.
Yes, I love it.
But
shout out to that.
Yeah, oh, let's do another cheers.
What was the cheers for originally? Just not faking it.
Not faking it. I'm tired. I can't do it no more.
And cheers to getting nails done when we're on a 1 week break from work.
1 month.
1 month. Cheers to you.
1 month off. Completely, okay? Like, if I... it's like, I'm really struggling to get into it and be like, yeah, I'm going to take emails, I'm going to take meetings and stuff. Because, honestly, I just think that if there's one thing COVID has taught me, it's that I worked way too hard.
Wow.
I mean, it paid for it. It paid for itself. But... if I could do it all again, there's no rush.
That's literally my best lesson.
There's no rush.
There's no rush.
What are you rushing to?
What you gotta do after?
What you gotta do? What you gotta do? Where you going? Yo, there's no rush.
Oh my God.
There's absolutely none.
And I feel like that happened, I feel like that was a big death that happened worldwide with COVID.
Yo, it was a planet dream deferred. A planet dream deferred, okay? It's like you thought y'all had somewhere to go, like sit that ass down. Love it. And my ass was like this. Let me sit down then.
Yes, ma'am. Let me sip my tea.
Let me sip my tea. Let me sit down then. Let me learn a lesson. Like, let me learn this planet lesson right now. Not everybody's learning. That's the thing about the dawning of the Age of Aquarius, is that not everybody can go. And I've been so tuned in, y'all, to who is dying. Not even to be negative, not even to be like, oh, you know, these people can't go. But you have to really tune in on a deeper level to where we are going, what shift is happening in the atmosphere, in the physical realm, in the spiritual realm.
Yep.
You have to tune in and understand that not everybody can go. And that goes deeper into like, oh, I don't fuck with you no more. You can't come with me. That's not what this is.
Yeah. I'm glad you put
Not
that up.
everybody can go on a spiritual realm. Like on a spiritual wave.
So in my perspective, I feel like everyone can, but not everyone will.
Okay.
So I think everyone has the ability to.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad. Everyone has the capability to level up.
Yes.
But will you tune in and will you do the work?
Do the work to go. Do the work to go.
Will you do the work?
And it's a lot of work. And it takes a long time. And we know that this several generations, including our generation, is not good with a long time. We've been tuned into instant
gratification.
Boom.
Instant gratification, dependency, attachment, all of that.
That's why that book that I just mentioned, Attachment,
The Law of Attachments.
A Law of Attachments, Juan Miguel Ruiz Jr. Senior did the opening, but Miguel Ruiz Senior wrote the 4 Agreements. And a lot of people know the 4 Agreements.
Yes.
So start there if you don't know. And then move over to Law of Attachments. I think you have to understand the law of the 4 Agreements in life to understand the Law of Attachments.
Okay. I didn't read the 4 Agreements yet.
These are like Toltec principles. Okay. And everybody always wants to know. They're like, Reg, you Christian? You believe in God? You know, a lot of people ask me that. You spiritual? Like, what's up? What's up with you? What's up with you?
Who is
like,
you?
Who is you? You straight? You gay? You non-binary? You like, yo? It's like everybody.
Stop asking me.
Like, I'm me. What you get with me? Les can attest to this. I like this. Les can attest. Les can attest to this because I feel like it really is on you. Take the time to get to know people. And I can say this genuinely because I've been around people that already feel like they know you.
I don't like people like that.
Yo, so then they address you and talk to you as if they already know you. And you're looking at them like, and they looking at you like, no, but I already know this about you. So, blah, blah, blah.
I could tell your type or something. I'll be like, yeah.
Fuck you.
I'll be like,
yo, okay. Like, honestly, go F yourself. Because
no, you can cuss on here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. Because I really be like, yo, you have no idea who I am. Take the time to get to know me. And I can say that our friend circle, I feel like, even though it's a lot of, here's the thing, is there's a lot of people who I've known for a long time in that friend circle as children, as
business
teenagers, as business owners.
Yeah.
And we've been social media friends, whatever. We've sung in choirs together. We've had real connections, and I want to say this is the first time that I felt like even though I was stepping into a friend group where everybody could know me, they didn't act like they did know me.
That's such a blessing.
Woo!
I'm so happy that you were able to experience that.
Yo,
and know that. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And it's beautiful because every time we hang out, we get to know each other a
little bit better. And then it's like, bitch, you do what? Wait, no. Now we gotta go through your whole
wait, start from the beginning. What happened?
And we really genuinely care because we didn't go into it with our preconceived notions, with our expectations of who you are and what you need to be for me.
The last one, what you need to be for me. You're and the one that I always relate to, like, oh, you meditate, you're a yoga instructor, so you can be my peace. I'm not. I am crazy.
I just happen to be a crazy person that does yoga.
Yes. Yes. Like, you can teach me this. You can teach me, or you're plant-based. You can teach me how to be plant.
No, boo-boo.
I ate a cookie today.
Yeah.
That was had milk in it.
Yeah.
And so, and that really is beautiful. Like, when you don't have expectations of another person, and you can, and right here, death, rebirth, Age of Aquarius, not having expectations for others, not having expectations of yourself,
Woo.
Not having expectations of your life, of your day, of your hour.
So why are we so conditioned to believe that our partner, significant other, loved one owes us a text right the next second? Yo, what the fuck? I'm sorry,
That's good. That's a good one.
Y'all can't honestly believe this. Les, look at how I'm giving you my undivided attention. We sit here, my phone is on her. Even if I have texts coming in, I don't care. I don't care. I'm here with my girl, Les. Like, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to know, like, where did that come from? Like, why? It's because people don't understand the death and rebirth, I think.
The death and rebirth, and then also just being alone.
Yeah.
And the expectations, you know? The expectations, being alone too. So, like, we feel like, if you're mine. Oh, and the ownership thing.
That's real.
If you're mine, then that means that, you know, you can help me
be whole.
Be
I don't
whole.
want a soulmate no more. I want a wholemate. I want a wholemate.
I like that.
Okay, because a wholemate ain't gonna fuck with my time, yo.
You know who I found my wholemates, soulmates in? My best friends.
Yo.
No one can fill me up.
Like y'all.
Like my best friends, like my people, because we don't own each other.
Mm-mm.
I cannot expect anything from you.
Mm-mm.
And I don't want to.
Mm-mm.
Because I love you so much, I want you to be this free bird.
And whatever, like whatever you can give, whatever you are able to do is enough. Because what? You're perfect. You're enough.
And the opposite of that is guilt.
Manipulation and guilt.
Manipulation and guilt. Because,
Woo!
yeah, manipulation and guilt. Because and I used to feel very guilty because I thought I wasn't doing enough for people.
Yeah, you think you're not doing enough for people.
Yeah.
You feel drained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You feel worn, tattered, tired.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
who's this person? I'll be back.
Oh, okay.
Just gonna make sure.
We're gonna do a small commercial.
Ooh, I like it.
Hey y'all.
Yes, go.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do a small commercial. Oh, you know, I'll keep it going. Who's on here? Let's see.
Now do your commercial.
I wanted to see who was on the Yes, people. Oh, we got people talking, Les. We all have our own journeys. Oh, Julia Mallory's on here. They touch me, but they don't feel me though. Absolutely. Hey. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Happy New Year. Yes, the illusion of it all. Yes, preach. We got people clinking. Oh, Elise, we miss you. What? Ah! Okay. We back.
Hi.
Hi, Elise was on here.
Oh my gosh, Elise, hello. All right, little commercial for Elise. Welcome to La Cultura's membership.
Mm-hmm. We're in La Cultura
We're
right
in La
now.
Cultura right now. This is where our new studio is at. And you can be a member and you can sign up and you'd be able to use this space. This could be / your space to use on specific days. So yeah, La Cultura. So we do have to wrap things up, unfortunately.
No.
I know. I could talk forever.
I know.
We'll do a
part 2 later on.
Girl, and I'm ready for it. And that's the thing, like, no rush. I used to get such, I'm going with the
The
waves.
reason why we have anxiety is because we want to rush things instead of being present for things.
Present in the moment. And then expectations. We have anxiety when we fail to meet those expectations. We're like, oh my God, it's not how it's not how I planned it. And it's like, no, it's not. You shouldn't have planned it at all.
You shouldn't have planned it.
Is Aquarius a water sign?
Yeah.
Okay. So to wrap this up, death and rebirth, if I may.
Yeah.
Death and rebirth. You cannot die nor can be reborn without the element of water. Mm-hmm. Water, the placenta, the womb, rebirth, blood, liquid form. In order to be reborn again, in order to navigate through these, hard, difficult moments in life, new changes, we need water to lubricate these corners of these hallways we're going through. If there is no water, there's no lubrication, the turning of the corner will be friction. And
so much cognitive dissonance. So much of you like peeling off. You know what I mean? Like chunks of you.
Yeah, death. And the friction, like I said, will catch us and we'll be uncomfortable, we'll be in pain, navigating new changes. The Age of Aquarius 2021 will bring a lot of new changes. 2020 was a whole death.
Yeah.
And as we're being reborn, do you have the characteristics and the traits that water brings to go with the flow, to be flexible, to adjust? If you
are rigid, I want you to please pay attention to who is passing away. I don't want to seem loomy leery or like, I don't know, like, but you have to really tune into some things. And some realities of what we are going into at a metaphysical level. And it really is that if you have a concrete brain, if you feel like you are living a stagnant life and you feel stuck, you need to be more fluid. You need to get more fluid.
You need to get fluid because life is fluid. To think that life is never changing and that life is going to be the same forever, or you're going to be the same forever. I'm changing every day.
No.
We need to call in the elements of water, Aquarius,
the dawning of the age,
to help us as the waves go up and crash, and as they move and as they flow and as they change and as they're dynamic. We need to call in the elements of water. I've been meditating on water for the past month. Just being
I put
fluid.
a little ocean on my altar because Ocean is the goddess of water.
Ocean.
River, Ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oshun. Okay.
Ocean.
Beautiful.
Because it's the dawning of the Age of Aquarius.
Literally.
You can feel it. I was a musical kid, okay? We did hair. I remember doing hair at like some ungodly age at like 10 years old. Like, a 10-year-old should have not even been singing the songs that Hair had on there, but whatever. My parents were so like, woo, yes, performance. And so I'm doing hair, and like one of the songs is the dawning of the Age of Aquarius.
You told me this.
Yes, and that's what made me so much more interested in it, and also just the whole understanding of what is to come, the rebirth. I mean, it makes so much sense. I'm just glad to be living through it. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, yo, this is lit. This is lit, because people sung about it. People wanted it in the 60s. They thought that they had it, you know, with all the different movements, the civil rights movement, the Black Panthers movement. They thought that they had it with those things. But when you talk to those people that lived through those movements, they literally tell you something's different. You talk to baby boomers, they're like, something's different. Like, more people are on board than before with the human aspect, the humanity of it all.
That's where it starts. Even if you're not spiritual or whatever, it starts on a basic level. Humanity,
your human needs.
Basic rights, basic human rights and needs.
Yeah.
Wow. And we're here, and we made it.
And we made it. We are living through.
We made it.
The dawning of the Age of Aquarius. So
I would love to cheers and end with a congratulations to everybody who made it past their death, who knows that they're gonna die. We're gonna die again. We're gonna keep dying
all the time, every day,
in order to be reborn. And cheers to that. Thank you for coming on my show, Miss There She Glows.
Thank you for having me.
I love you so much, Reg.
Can I have you? Oh, I love you, Les. I really do.
I do
Cheers.
too. Cheers.
We did it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining into Perspectives Podcast. We hope that our perspective changed and affected your perspective for the better in any type of way. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful, amazing start to your 2021.
Happy New Year.
Blessing.